There we go. Hello, hello out there. It's Audrey here on Audrey Live. And today is Thursday, October the 13th. Yeah, October is halfway done already. Just unbelievable how quickly time flies. Just excited to be here today again. It's been a really hectic last couple weeks. And yeah, I'm kind of in a zen this week, which is kind of nice for a lot of you that know what's been going on in my life. I'm just going to check here to make sure that we are on and we are live. And yeah, there we go. Make sure that everything's set to go. So thank you everybody for joining us. On today's show, we have two fantastic artists. We have Jill Fitzhenry and we have Pamela Kearns, and they are both incredible women, incredible artists, and yes, willing to share all their talents with you. So we're excited to bring that to the show today. So yeah, if you are first time here, thank you for joining us. We just kind of chat about some things going on in the world or in my life or in the creative industry. And good morning, Suzanne. Look at that. She's from North Idaho. We've already got somebody on there. So that's wonderful to get some people involved here. Please tell me where you're from, a little bit about yourself, or if you have any questions throughout the show, please make comment there as well. And yeah, it should be a lot of fun today. As many of you know, or actually first I'll just say, if you are here, please also share with your friends. We want people to know more about us and about the guests that we have on the show. And also, if you haven't seen some of the shows, go to our YouTube channel. It's Pin It Canada. And you can go back and see some of the past recorded shows. We've been doing this for over 2 years now, which is really hard to believe, ever since COVID started, of course. But, you know, we just love doing it. And it's just a great opportunity to get into your homes and to chat to some people there online. And also, you know, to bring to you some of the different artists from all over the world. The last couple of weeks or last weekend, my daughter Tinica got married. So that's what I've been so preoccupied with over the last month or so. We basically had 4 months to from start to finish. So it was really actually wonderful. I think, you know, when you're planning these things for a year or 2 years, yeah, sometimes it just, not that it drags on, but, you know, sometimes I found it was really good just to say, okay, got engaged May, wedding's October, we're done. So it was a great weekend. Tinica got married to an amazing man, Jason Bax, and we're so excited to have him as part of our family. He has been part of our family for like 6 years already, but to, I guess, officially invite him in to the family. And yeah, it was really nice with all the preparations and the wedding day. We ended up having a great day. It was a little chilly, but it was sunny during the ceremony, and everything went extremely well. See if I can share here. Where did it go? I did have a picture here that I wanted to share with you. That's not it. There it is. So let's see if this is going to work. There it is. I'm going to share it with you, and then just so if you can see here, just a couple pictures, because I did promise you that I would bring you a couple pictures. The top picture is of my daughter Tinica and Jason and Daphne, of course. And it's just, you can see the smiles in their face, how amazing the day was. And then to the side, there's a picture of Daphne and Tinica just before the wedding. And then, of course, the bottom picture is of my 3 amazing, lovely, wonderful daughters, Ashley, Tinica, and Corey. So as you can see, it was a wonderful fall day, and it was all family basically at the wedding, and we had dinner and dancing, and yeah, it was just a great day, just amazing. So I just wanted to share those pictures with you, because I know I did say I was going to, so make sure I just get a couple of pictures off to you. So hi, Janice from Florida, thank you for joining us. Also, I mentioned a few weeks back that I was working on some lap quilts, or lap gans, actually, we call them. I don't knit, like I don't fancy knit. I just knit. I can knit and I can purl, and that's about it. So I look for different projects that are easy for me to do, because I find knitting is relaxing, and it's something that I can do like sitting in front of the TV, or if we're traveling, where it's kind of hard to bring your painting stuff with you sometimes. So I picked up the knitting. So here I'm going to show you. This is one. I've made 3 of these, and the 4th one I'm putting together now. So I knitted 4 squares of 3 different colors, and then I put them together on a, like, one this way, on a horizontal pattern. So you can kind of get the idea here. I know it's kind of hard that I use these blue colors on this one. So one is like a variegated color, and then I have a navy blue, and then I have a really light blue. And then I put them together. One's this way, one's this way. So you can see I did a horizontal and a vertical. And then, of course, my wonderful mother, because I don't know how to crochet yet, she crocheted all around the edges for me just to finish it off. So it's just a perfect size. So you can kind of see it's about that wide. And yeah, it's just perfect. So I've got 3 of them done. I'm just finishing off putting the 3rd one together. Actually, I finished 3 already because I gave one to my daughter, Corey, for her trailer. She was going with a red, white, and gray theme. So I kind of did a roots themed one for her. And yeah, so it's just kind of neat. So if you're looking for a quick project to do, just send me a note and I'll send you the pattern. It's very easy. I mean, it's basically just knitting. I did 32 stitches by 32 stitches. So just squares. And then, 4 squares of 3 colors. And that's it. Very easy. So anyway, that's just a little bit about what I've been doing. Other than that, we did have Thanksgiving this past weekend here in Canada. And we had a nice brunch on the Sunday morning after the church with I think there was about 54 people, which is basically the Motsman family, the DeYoung family, the Bax family. So it was really nice. It was at the Forest Golf Club and Inn. And they did a nice little buffet breakfast for us. And it was just amazing. I didn't have to do any work. So that was kind of wonderful. But we had a really nice fellowship time together and just catching up. And also just kind of talking about the wedding and how amazing it really was. So that was our Thanksgiving. And then Monday, well, we did nothing pretty well. We were pretty pooched with lack of sleep and just running on adrenaline for, like I said, for about the week before. So it was kind of nice just to relax on the Monday. I just want to put a shout out to my granddaughter, Daphne. Yeah, on Tuesday was her first cross country meet. And she's in grade 3. So we didn't even realize that she could participate, but she could. And there was, I think there was about 220 runners, and she got 7th. We were just so excited. It was just wonderful to see her go and the excitement in her face. And so she's going on to regionals here, or the finals here in London next week. So that was kind of exciting news for us as well. And just a little share from Oma here. So, you got to share all those wonderful things that our grandchildren and children are doing. So I think that was about it for kind of my catch up for the week. So I think we'll get right to our first guest. I'm so excited. We have Jill Fitzhenry as our first guest. And Jill lives in a dream world when she's painting. Being able to share her designs with others has truly been a blessing, she says. That little sparkle in someone's eye when they realize they can do something they didn't think they could is so gratifying. I so agree. I remember when I used to teach, and when somebody would get it, and they're like, oh, I can't do this. And then they got it. It was just amazing. That's why I love doing it as well. She grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but currently lives in Savage. Over the last 40 plus years, her painting has taken Jill to wonderful places like Italy, South America, Canada, and throughout the USA. Jill is a past president of the Society of Decorative Painters, travel teaches, author of many painting books, video lessons, and hundreds of pattern-packed designs. Currently, she is a Dynasty brush brand specialist, and you can find Jill's designs, videos, and lessons, plans on her website and social media. And here we are. Here she comes. And also, just a little tidbit, Jillybean is a nickname for Jill and was affectionately given to her by her dad when she was little. Oh, that is really neat. Hi, Jill.
Audrey. Hi, everyone.
Thanks for being here today with us.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Yeah. And you've been busy too, I see. You've been off and running. You were at Net. Was that just last week or?
Just last week, got home Sunday night late and playing catch up on to the next. But yeah, it was a great show, actually.
Oh,
We're
good.
so busy. I had zero downtime.
Wonderful.
Love, and it's so nice to be able to see everybody again. So that was a lot of fun. And same thing again next year. So
There
that'll
you go. Perfect. Now, where is that one located? I know it's at New England Traditions, but where is it actually located?
Marlborough, Massachusetts, which is about 40-minute drive from the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's inland from in the state there. So nice little area. They've got, lots of little shops and everything right around there. So you forget something, it's easy to go out and get it. So and and I got to give a shout out to that hotel. It was the Best Western. Um, they had a new cook, I think. They had like a buffet set up for lunchtime that you could go and grab and go back to your room or class or whatever. The best food I've ever had at any convention as far as that goes. So it
Wow.
was wonderful, fresh and tasty and absolutely perfect.
Good, good. And that's so important. Food, believe it or not, I know when I was doing all the shows too, food was almost one of the most talked about things.
Yes.
Availability, cost, and taste. Like it's just really, really important to keep that going while you're painting and running around. And especially for those who have tight schedules like yourself.
Yeah, because there was no time to go sit in a restaurant for me. So I really appreciated being able to grab it. And everything was homemade and fresh and very, very tasty. So that was good. I hope they keep that guy.
So what other things have you been up to or what's happening in your life?
I also just did a seminar in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I've been there a couple of times before with that group, amazing group of ladies. It was so fun. And that one I actually got to drive to. So usually I don't get to drive to my places. It was nice just to have some quiet time in the car and, kind of regroup before I get there. So that was really nice. And then I've got, more Zoom classes coming up. Excited to talk about the ones with you. And then there'll be another new convention in Portland in March, I believe it is. I got to relook at my schedule. And I will be having a booth there and all the brushes for sale. So
Correct.
Pacific something. I should have looked it up before I got on here, but I'll be posting it on my Facebook and things too. So
That's Portland.
that's in Portland. So this is just kind of a new startup. They're going to start out a little bit slow and then go from there. A ton of make it take it's on the show floor though.
Awesome. Perfect. Perfect. That's always so much fun.
Yeah. Yes.
Good, good. So maybe you can show us, if you like, some of the classes you're teaching for our ways. I'm going to put
Yeah.
you, are you just flipping your little switch there?
I'm going to put my other camera on here. And there we are. Okay, so I've got two wine glasses that I'm doing with you, and I am also doing a color wheel. And so let me start first. So Thursday, November 3rd is the sunflower. Sunday, November 6th is the poinsettia. And then Friday, November 4th is the color wheel. So let me kind of just go in order with how they are going to come. So I'm going to give you lots and lots of tips on how to work on glass. And really the big thing is the brushes, and I do have a glass brush set, and that's really all you need. Is these are going to get you through any type of glass painting project. So there is 2 flats, 2 rounds, 2 liners, and a rake brush, and that's going to really take you through any kind of project you want to do. The other thing will be this is optional. It's a cleanup and stipple set, but if you make mistakes like I do, this is going to be important because you'll be able to wipe off carefully right along an edge and clean up an edge with a little foam, or if it's really stuck on there or it's dried, you can pick or cut an edge with the little micro stylus. And then I will demonstrate how to use the little wave brush, even if we don't use it in our project. It's always kind of nice how to have those extra little brushes and what they do. So I'll put in some little extras into the class as well. You'll be able to use just about any of the enamel paints. So the instructions do come with a conversion chart. I like to use the DecoArt glossy enamels, but however, some of the colors are limited. So I also use the multi-surface satin, which I can use them both within the same project, no problem. And then the folk art enamels are another option. And so in the color conversion chart, it'll tell you what you need, and I can use any of those all together within one project. So whatever you can find, in your area. I also do now carry these on my website. So I know it was hard for people to find, so I carry the full line of the glossy enamels, and then I carry quite a few of the multi-surface satin, so that I can have a variety of colors for my glass painting. So then one of the important things about the brushes is they are super soft. When you're painting on glass, and especially a round surface, you don't want the brush to snap back. When it snaps back and comes back into shape, it wipes the paint off as fast as you put it on. So these soft bristles are going to hug right around that curved, slippery surface and allow you to put the paint on heavier. So that's really important to have the right brushes for this project. And I will give you lots of tips on how to make the majority of your painting one coat. And it has to do with the way I load the brush, okay? Oh, one other thing too, I really like to use these little palettes for putting my paint in for the glass paint, because I want them to stay in a puddle rather than on a flat palette. But you can use either one, but I just get these at the dollar store. So they come like in a pack of 6 usually, so it's a good price. The other, well, let's go ahead, just talk about this as long as I got talking about the glass. So the poinsettia also. The other thing that you're going to want to have for your glass is a paper bag or a plastic bag to stuff in. Once I put my design in here, then I put plastic bags in, and that pushes it up against the curve of the glass so that it's going to stay in place while we're painting. I love that I don't have to trace anything on when I'm working on glass. You put the pattern inside and you paint right inside the pattern line. So that's really kind of nice. As far as prepping this, it's easy. All you have to do is wash it in your sink with dish soap and hot water. Don't put it in your dishwasher to pre-wash it, because dishwashers will leave a residue, and we want to make sure that it's really clean. Another option is to wipe it off with a little alcohol pad or rubbing alcohol. But if you've got your kitchen right there, go ahead, just wash it in your kitchen sink. That's very easy. Okay. And you can use either paint on either a glass with a stem or without a stem. There again, I just get my glasses from the dollar store. So it really is a nice surface to paint on and inexpensive. And keep in mind, you can always use it for a little candle holder. So if you're not a wine drinker, go ahead, just put a little candle inside. You could either put a little sand or some beads and then a real candle, or you can just put the like the little LED candles in there as well. So that's another option.
That's a
Okay,
great idea. Great idea, Jill.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now this is the color theory class. It's a color wheel. Now it's on I got it upside down here. It's on a canvas, like a 12-inch square canvas. And if you just paint it white first, it just allows the other stroke work to go on a little easier because you fill in the little crevices with just your base coat of paint, and then we'll be able to do this. So this really, and I'm going to get to my first page here. We're actually going to take like a little plate, about a 6-inch plate or something close, trace around it in the middle, fill it in. But I use coins to help separate where the flowers are going to go, and I'm going to trace around those. So have a variety of sizes of coins. I know the Canadian sizes are different than the US. Doesn't matter, just so you have like small, medium, large, and you'll be fine. You'll be good to go. Anything close is going to be fine. But then we'll start with our primary colors, and I'm going to talk about the primary colors, and some of them you can mix, some of them it's better to go ahead and pick a pre-mix depending on the color, because we are using the Americana colors, and not every color will give you the exact vibrant, like the red and the blue. When you mix that for your purple, it's not going to be quite as vibrant as you can get it pre-mixed in a bottle. So we'll talk about some of that, but really we'll be talking about complementary colors. We'll be talking about how to mix the colors. One of the big things that happened during the shutdown was people couldn't get supplies. Maybe you're working on a project and you just needed a little bit of something. Well, if you know how to mix it, it really is going to save you a lot of heartache trying to find that exact color, because you can change it just a little bit this way or that way to make it more pleasing to you. You just have to like the color. So we'll talk about the primary, secondary, and so on. We'll talk about complementary colors. We'll talk about the colors on white as opposed to black. So a lot of information within this class, not just painting flowers. So really going to give you as much information as I possibly can. And for that, you're just going to need a couple of brushes, just two different sizes of rounds, like a number 4 and a number 2 round. And you'll be good to go. Maybe a little bit bigger brush to do the black in the middle, and anything will work, whether it's a flat or a filbert or angle. Any of that will work for in the middle. But otherwise, for the flowers, just the basics. And I really think that it really is something that everyone needs to know. I know people don't like always to have to mix colors, but boy, when you get stuck sometimes, it sure is nice to know that you can, mix a little something and not have to go out and buy a whole new bottle. So that's, and we'll have lots of step-by-steps within this, so that we can pull this off together. So lots of information in that class, that is for sure. So I
Just a
think
quick question. Liz is asking, are you going to be recording your classes?
absolutely I will record them, and they'll be available to the students afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect. I can actually see with that one as well, because the roundness of it, if you had someone who had a bit of a larger canvas, they could write words all the way around.
Yes, you could. And you could just paint the flowers just a tiny bit smaller and leave room for the words.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Idea. Great idea.
Yes, that would be beautiful.
An overlay, you could do an overlay, a transparent or a sheet protector, and then right on top and test your knowledge from time to time. See if you remember.
That's a great idea. Great idea. Well, that's perfect. We're really looking forward to having you with us, and hopefully some people will sign up for more classes. We've got quite a few still registered and more coming in every day. So they still have 3 weeks left, and we do take registrations right up to the day of the class, as long as you can get the information to them, and they're okay with that. So, but
Yeah.
we're very excited for the show and excited to have you with us. So
Much. And then just another quick little tip. If you go to my website, jillybean.net, you can always use the code ARTIST20 and get an additional 20% off.
oh,
Okay.
perfect. Perfect. Yes. And I see, yeah, we have the website, jillybean.net.
Yes.
YouTube channel is Jillybean Fitzhenry. We have a part of the Facebook group, Dynasty Painting Friends, and a Facebook page, Jillybean. So there's lots of places to find Jill. And if you have any questions, I'm sure she will be right there to answer them for you. So we got some more ladies on. Oh, Denise is saying good morning, ladies, as well. She's out in Alberta. So all right. Well, thanks, Jill, and have a great day. And thank you for being with us again.
Thanks, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, there we go. There we go. Perfect. I think, it's funny with color theory. I did one much like that years ago, and it really is so helpful to have that sort of thing with any of your, like when you're coloring or when you're painting or with your pencil crayons, or with, it just gives you an eye for color as well, and what colors go together. So not only for mixing the colors, but interior design and decorating and all that sort of thing. It really all starts with that color theory. So yeah, put it on she is going to be recording the class. So if you've already registered, you can add that one to your schedule. And if you haven't registered, take a look at the catalog on our website, www.c2cevents.com, and take a look at all the classes that are available. And yeah, if you have any questions, please email me, call me, message me, whatever, all those forms of communication now. We'd love to hear from you and love to help you with any questions you have or concerns, or just, how do you register? There is online and there is a registration sheet. So just so you know, there's 2 ways to register, or you can just give me a call and we can do it over the phone, which is just as easy. So thank you, Jill, again, for all your information. And those glass classes look really neat too. I love that idea. I'm always afraid to use the glasses for wine because I don't want to break it with those beautiful designs on it. But I like the idea of using them for candles too. That's really nice to put out all year long for the sunflower ones, and at Christmas time for her poinsettia classes. So again, thank you, Jill, for all the information. Our next guest, or our second guest today, is Pamela Kearns, and she is from Toronto, Ontario. Although a seed beater at heart, Pam has been branching out into new techniques and combining the best of all worlds into her creations. She had her first project published in the May-June 2013 issue of Beadworks. Pam taught at the 2014, 15, and 16 Bead and Button Show in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A problem solver, Pam thoroughly enjoys teaching and inspiring students to think beyond basic techniques, encouraging students to stamp their own vision on projects. To ensure that all students can accomplish the techniques, Pam, also a southpaw, includes lefty alerts within her class instructions. And I didn't know what southpaw was at one point in time. I know now it's for lefties. So welcome, Pam.
Oh, let me put my face on. There we are.
There we
Okay.
are.
Yeah. No, welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, this is great. I see we're both in our fall.
We've got our purples on. Yes, we're doing the purple.
Colors.
Yep. Yep.
I opened the winter bin, my fall winter bin the other day, because I thought, oh, I needed a turtleneck. It was starting to get a little chilly. I thought it's time to do that. take away the
Yeah.
summer clothing. I kind of put it in bins and put it away and then bring out the
Yeah.
winter. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know they were calling for frost close by, and it's like, oh, it's coming.
it's coming. It's
It's
coming
coming. So yeah.
for
But it's a good
sure.
time to sort of segue into Christmas and all their fall stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. October's a good, nice month for doing that. I kind of get some of the fall decorations. Oh, as you can see, I got my pumpkins out on this side,
Yeah. Yeah.
mom out on this side with a
Yeah.
little container I painted, and it's got all pumpkins and stuff on
Yeah.
it. It's kind of for
Yeah.
Halloween or for fall as
Yeah.
well.
My background, you see all my clutter.
Yeah.
But that's, like we are crafters. We do
Exactly. That's
stuff. And
your
when you're in a
creation.
one-bedroom apartment, it's in the living room.
It's there. It has to
It's
be.
there. Yeah. So it's real.
Yeah. Oh, that's what we like. We like it to be real.
Yeah, it's real.
I saw that you were teaching, or you're going to be teaching next week at the virtually
Yes.
crafting community. Can you tell us a
Yes.
little bit about that?
Yeah, actually, it is an online community, sort of kicked off by one of the instructors who used to teach with bead and button. And unfortunately, thanks to COVID and the way things have changed in the world, the convention is no longer, but she's created this online community. So I actually, let me see here, I am teaching just another way that you can use beads. So this is an earring, and that's being
Cute.
taught. And so yeah, so it's exciting. It really is exciting, and able to meet people from really all over North America.
Wow. And now they are located in the US?
Most of my students are in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the show itself is
The
originated.
show itself originates in the United States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, nice. Nice.
So,
And you've
but
been
it's so-
keeping, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, but it's nice to be part of a Canadian company too, because
Yes.
there's a whole lot of us,
Yeah.
coast to coast to coast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like Jill's, Jill's in the States, we get a nice combination of students and teachers from both the US and Canada, which is
That's
really
right. We're all
nice.
over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Other things that you're working on, or what have you been working on this summer, or
Well,
anything in
I recently
particular?
got a job at Michael's, which is that's a dangerous place to work because I've discovered dot painting. And I've always loved the look of mosaics.
Yeah.
And I've done some mosaics with beads, and they're fun. But I've discovered dot painting, which is getting back into that style.
Yeah.
So we'll have to pay attention to what may be offered in April of next year.
That sounds
You
wonderful.
never know. But you've got me back into paint. I combine paint and beads. Who knows?
Well, and it's funny because I find most creative people, I mean, they'll have one thing that's kind of their main, but they've got a lot of things
Oh, yeah.
their hands in, you
Yeah.
know?
One leads into another.
Yeah.
And so that's why we have all the stash.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta keep going.
Got to keep going.
What size needles do you use? Janice is asking.
Actually, most beads can handle a size 11 needle. You take your needle the needle size according to the bead size. So if you've got like a big honkin' size 8, you can drive a dump truck through those. You can use any needle. The smaller beads, you need, but size 11 needles are a good all-purpose. Even some size 10s are a good all-purpose size.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Good.
Good. You've got a lot of people.
Yes. That's
yay.
perfect. So
Good.
anyway, maybe what I'll do is if you want to see if you can share your screen, and then you can show
Okay.
people the projects
So
that
let me.
you should be able to.
I should be able to. So yes, I can. So this is my bead board, and this is how well you're going to see what I do. I'm just going to move my camera up a little bit here. So of course, I do record my sessions so that you will have reference as well. You'll also get your written instructions. But for me, beadwork is painting with the beads. So most people think of beads as a one-hole wonder, Well, you know what? They come in multiple holes as well. This is my candy band bracelet, and I'm teaching it on November 3rd, and it's using a couple of different styles of beads. So these are the candy beads. These ones are inside. Let me grab one that's a little bit lighter. As you can see, they come in all kinds of colors. So these are the candy beads, and they have 2 holes that run through them, but we're also going to be using something called diamond duos. And they also have 2 holes, which means you can put them together in much more interesting ways. And of course, we'll have the single hole beads there for you as well. So this really, it looks complicated, but it's not. This is really very much a beginner project. And you're going to get everything you absolutely need, including fireline, which is a kind of thread. You're going to be getting the clasp, and the clasp you're going to be getting will be a lobster clasp with jump rings, but you're going to get everything you need to make. Now, as far as colors, my bead store has just surprised me because they've got a whole bunch of new colors. So I'm going to troop over here after I'm finished here to pick out the colors. But generally, there'll be something in a neutral, something in a brown or a blue or green, and then something in sort of a warmer palette. So pay attention, you know, there'll be 3 color choices that you can have. So that is my class on November 3rd, and it's an late afternoon class.
I was just gonna say it's class number 215, and it's
Yep.
Thursday from 3 till 5 p.m.
Yep. And you will not have a problem completing this in the 2-hour time span. Not at all. In fact, you'll be able to wear it. And if your wrist is a little bit bigger than average, whatever average is, there will be extra beads in there so that it fits you. Okay, because we're not all built the same. So on Friday, November 4th, I'm going to teach you something called netting. And let me zoom in here just a little bit. Again, that's how clear you're going to see the class. So we're going to learn how to create this little flower using a netted technique. These are size 8 beads, so they're a little bit bigger. Once we've accomplished this, then we're going to use smaller beads to create a pair of earrings. Okay, so I'm going to be using these Fiesta colors. You're going to have enough beads in there to make at least 3 pair of the smaller ones, because what you can do is start playing with color. I've done these so that each petal is a different color, but you can combine your colors too, and you get a completely different look. So there's so much room for personalization. Now, you will get, as I say, everything, including the ear wires, but here I wanted to show you what it could be as a small pendant. So if you have a young great niece or a granddaughter or a daughter who's just learning how to wear jewelry, this is a great way to teach them. So, you know, it's not going to break the bank if it suddenly gets lost. Let me just here. So that's how it would look as a pendant. And of course, this can be a pendant as well. So if you wanted, you could do a bunch of these and put them on mini Christmas trees as ornaments. You could put them on as a creating a wire or chain bracelet and have these all the way around it. There are so many things that you can do.
I love the different, you're right. The look of it is so much
the look
different.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's all the same colors, all the same beads.
Yeah.
In fact, those are the colors right there.
They pretty well would match with just about anything.
With anything. And of course, with the Fiesta, you know, you think of some nice warm Mexican sun and some bright colors, you know, just enough to perk up those dull gray days that we're going to be getting in fall. So yeah. So that's what's happening.
Yeah, that was class 326.
Yeah. And it's
Friday.
an evening class.
Yeah. Friday from 6 till 8.
Yeah. Perfect. And as I say, you're going to get everything and you're going to see it this clearly, and it will be recorded as well, so that I can't come home with you, but you'll have me on call, so to speak. Yes.
And I know I've taken a couple classes with Pam as
Yeah.
well. They are wonderful to take
Oh,
classes. So yeah,
yes.
you're a
I
wonderful
will
teacher.
warn you, I'm a lefty. So you just have to think in a mirror. That's all.
Yeah.
And if you are a lefty, hey, take a class from a lefty.
Yeah,
That way
yeah.
you don't have to put it in a mirror. So yeah.
Suzanne says she loves the look of the browns. Very pretty, of those deep brown colors from the bracelet, I think.
Yes.
Did you have browns
Yes.
there? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I say, they're getting some new colors in, and so I want to see what's there and pick up something that, you can also do Christmas colors. Let me show you, once you, as I say, once you've learned a technique, let me switch back here. Let me move hold on, let me move these out of the way. This is a pair of earrings, and that will be part of the class as well. So
Beautiful.
how to adapt what you're doing into doing other things. This could also be a pendant.
Yeah.
You could make it longer. Maybe you want to make it three candy beads longer. So it sits a little bit lower. They're all done the same way. So it's
Perfect.
a lot of opportunities to figure out different things. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. So yeah, beading has been a passion of mine, for 25 years. Can't believe I can say anything for 25 years. And I've been teaching for almost 20 of them.
Wow.
And,
Wonderful.
I got into it simply because I had so many people comment, and it's like, I can show you how to do it. It's not
Yeah.
a secret. It's
And
not a
it's
secret.
you can get so close to it and it's so clear. It just makes
Yeah.
it that much easier than
Yeah.
in person, even. Like in person,
In
it's kind of hard
person. Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I teach now in person because we have lifted the restrictions. Let me get this out of my way. That it is harder to see. And I do welcome people to, when they're around me, videotape it on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's not as clear as what's here.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Well, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Pam.
well, thank you so much for asking me. And so I really hope I can get many people in for my classes. And if you've never done beadwork before, don't worry about it. You're going to get what you need. And this is not rocket science.
Yeah.
It's needle, thread, and a few beads. You can do it.
You can do it.
You
Exactly.
can do it.
Anybody, if
Yes.
I can do it, anybody can do it.
And it opens up a whole different world.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wonderful. And great
Okay.
to start right now for Christmas presents.
Exactly.
To get get
Exactly.
the basics down, and then you can go from there with different
Yeah.
ideas and things like
Different
that. So,
ideas. And, the people who appreciate handmade, because it takes a little bit more effort, but you're thinking of the person as you're doing it, and you're putting in good intentions.
yeah, exactly.
And, it's made with love.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much and have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and making the jewelry, I was intimidated. I thought, oh, I don't think I can do this. And I did take a class from Pam, and I was so surprised. I had made it was just, I think, to make a couple of earrings and bracelets, and I just kept going. I just made lots of earrings and bracelets and gave them as gifts and have them for myself. And then you can make them the colors that you want. And like she said, you can specifically for whoever you're going to make them for, what their colors are, what they would like. So it's just a nice addition for sure. So also, just quick reference again, since we are talking about the online fall show, that it is on November 2nd to the 6th. So that's coming up 3 weeks, in 3 short weeks. So you got to get those registrations in now, so that the teachers can get the information to you. And if you want to order kits, some of the teachers have kits available, specifically like Pamela for the jewelry kits, so that she has time to get that to you as well. We have wonderful classes going on all day, from the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days of classes. And most of the teachers are recording. So we do have quite a few students who are taking multiple classes at the same time because they couldn't decide. Can you imagine us creatives not being able to decide? Anyway, that's just a great opportunity to do that and to have those patterns and the recordings available to you. And also on the Tuesday night, we have our kickoff party. So we've got 8 or so teachers doing presentations and demonstrations and product presentations for you. So that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll have some door prizes. So make sure that you we don't have to sign up for that. If you're signed up for the show, you are on that. You'll get a Zoom link to that kickoff party. Other than that, we just welcome any questions you have, concerns, anything you want to share with us that we can share on the show as well. I don't see anybody else asking a question, so I think we're good. Next week, which is Thursday, October the 20th, we have Beth Wagner and Anita Morin on the show. So we're looking forward to that. So a couple more teachers, so save the date on your calendar, and we look forward to seeing you there. So anyway, have a great weekend. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and thank you for watching. And again, thank you to Pam and to Jill for being on the show today and for sharing all their wealth of information. So take care. Toodles.